definitely looking forward to it. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to it. So we will see you next week on Beyond the Credits, and we're going to be talking about a lot more movie stuff. So see you next week, everybody.
See ya.
Coming up on UCF Nightly News, the Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens will soon be more than just a place to explore. Find out what will attract more professors and students.
Plus, in the spirit of homecoming week, thousands of students take on UCF's largest tradition.
And in sports, after a week off, the Knights are looking for their third straight win at this weekend's homecoming game.
Nightly News starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Nydia Diaz.
And I'm Mona Howe. Today is Friday, October 14, 2016.
Today is a big day for UCF students as they prepare to jump into the reflection pond for the annual Spirit Splash. Students lined up around the pond this morning, excited to get their rubber ducks and exclusive t-shirts. They took pictures with an inflatable duck while enjoying some music before the countdown. Stay with us and we'll show you the big moment later in the show.
And homecoming week started off with a big bang. This year, movie night went from outside to inside the CFE arena. Students gathered in front of the arena waiting for doors to open. They took pictures at the photo booth, got free popcorn, and snagged a seat before the show began. UCF movie night director Siri Mysick says she's proud to be a Knight.
Has to offer. It really does make you proud to come to this university and be a Knight.
Movie night is one of the many highlights during UCF's homecoming week. Tonight, students can watch fireworks light up the UCF campus at Memory Mall at 7 p.m.
This morning, award-winning actress Eva Longoria encouraged students to register to vote for the next election. Students lined up for a meet and greet with Longoria as she passed out signs in support for presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Longoria spoke with students about the importance of their vote. UCF student Cristina Guzman says celebrities have a huge influence over young voters.
I think it's really important that celebrities come and reach out to the university students, college students, to let them out and vote, because at the end of the day, we're really the voice of this country and we'll be the ones, affected by this in the next few years.
Longoria has been campaigning with Hillary around the U.S. She's expressed her support on multiple talk shows and spoke at the 2016 DNC.
And Floridians now have extra time to register to vote in this upcoming election season. U.S. District Court Judge Mark Walker granted the extension on Wednesday after residents petitioned that they deserve more time after Hurricane Matthew made its way through Florida. It left many people unable to register. Florida residents can register until Tuesday, October 18th.
Hillary Clinton is leading Donald Trump in the polls this week. The latest Quinnipiac poll shows Hillary Clinton at 45% and Donald Trump at 40%. The polls also show Gary Johnson at 6% and Jill Stein at 3%. Hillary Clinton is campaigning in Ohio today with President Obama. She's planning on visiting Miami on Saturday. As for Donald Trump, he is campaigning in North Carolina today. He will be in New Hampshire over the weekend. Clinton and Trump's next face-off is set for Wednesday, October 19th. Both candidates will be discussing Supreme Court and immigration in the upcoming debate.
And Hispanic Heritage Month wrapped up this week as the celebration ended on a high note. Reporter Desiree Montilla tells us how the Hispanic Heritage Month event helped others learn more about the Hispanic culture.
Her purpose is mine. So really I stand here because of her and because of the sacrifices my entire family made.
WFTV anchor George Estevez talked about the sacrifices his family made for him during the closing ceremony of Hispanic Heritage Month. He believes this month will bridge the divide for educating others on Hispanic culture.
It doesn't matter where you come from, it's how you educate people. But bridging that divide is very important, and letting people know about the Hispanic culture, about the community, about how we think, about how we move, about how we vote.
The UCF community learned about this during Hispanic Heritage Month. The Open Mic, Open Heart series showcased Hispanic culture with readings from famous parts of Hispanic literature. The workshop, Latinos Being Present in the Workplace, showed how Hispanics possess natural skills from their family and culture.
We talked about how Latinos can use those natural assets that they have from their family, their culture.
Dr. Cynthia Muniz, Assistant Director of Multicultural Academic Support Services, says awareness helps continue the Hispanic impact.
We need to learn more about each other. We need to learn more about ourselves. Sometimes we're not aware of the history or of those that came before us and the significant impact that they had on our community.
Muniz says she hopes everyone will continue to take part in the Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations next year. Reporting in Orlando, Desiree Montilla, UCF Nightly News.
Hispanic Heritage Month officially ends on October 15th.
It's almost time for UCF's Diversity Week, where community can celebrate and explore human identity, experience, and interaction. UCF's College of Business launched a diversity speaker series Thursday in The Exchange. The series welcomes guest speakers to share stories on how race, culture, gender, or sexual orientation has shaped their lives. It kicked off with Brian Nichols, a UCF alumnus and the Vice President of Technology Portfolio and Project Management at NBC Universal.
What we talked about today was bringing together people from diverse backgrounds, and myself being gay, and the challenges that you face, and that if we could all have a conversation about it and get to know each other and understand each other, that's a step in the right direction.
Series stemmed from alumni and faculty who wanted to help the community heal in the wake of the Pulse tragedy. The series plans to host 3 diversity speakers each semester.
October is National LGBTQ History Month. In honor of the month, one event provided an opportunity for students to express their artistic sides through an open mic. The Women's and Gender Studies Department hosted its monthly event Open Heart Open Mic this past Thursday in the John C. Hitt Library. The theme for this month's event was LGBTQ history. Students and faculty expressed their artistic talents behind the mic. Those in attendance were given the opportunity to write anonymous letters or create crafts between acts. The department will host another open mic event in the library on November 17th, concluding the open mic event series.
Now let's go outside with Jenna Smith for our first weather forecast. Jenna, what's it looking like?
Well, it has been pretty cloudy out here, guys, and while we are expecting very low chances of rain today, those chances must be right over UCF because it has been sprinkling ever since we've been out here. Let's take a look at your current conditions. Right now we're sitting at about 81 degrees with 62% humidity. Winds are coming from the east at 14 miles per hour. So if you're just stepping out of the reflection pond from Spirit Splash, you may get a bit of a chill as those winds start to hit you. As far as rain chances, like I said, they are very small and we're expecting them to just breeze through the afternoon. Later on, I'll have a look at your 5-day forecast and we'll take a look at your national weather map. But for now, back to you, Mona and Nydia.
Thanks, Jenna. Up next, a student's trip to the zoo can complement what they learn in the classroom.
Plus, a major world tournament is underway, but in the virtual world, we'll tell you how this trend is changing the game.
After 25 seasons, the Orlando Predators football organization is calling it quits. The organization announced Wednesday that it is suspending operations. They released a statement saying they have chosen to suspend operations due to a reduced number of teams remaining in the Arena Football League and disagreements with the league. We spoke with 2 UCF students who are saddened by the loss.
Super sad, you know. I love the atmosphere of the games, love going to the games, being with the crowd, enjoy the team, but it is what it is. Sorry to see them leave.
It's kind of crazy that they actually disowned the team because this was the closest thing we had to NFL around here. It's quite a drive just to go see a real professional game, so it's going to be sad.
Organization officials announced that all Orlando Predator fans who paid money toward the 2017 season will receive a full refund.
And in virtual sports, the University of California, Irvine just built a brand new arena for esports, a term familiar with UCF students. Nightly News reporter Brian Pereira shows us how UCF is making this a multiplayer trend.
Reapers down.
Shannon Dalton doesn't just play games for fun.
Hitting shield.
For him, it's a competition with scholarship money on the line. During a collegiate summer tournament, the UCF Overwatch team placed 6th in the nation.
For the fall semester, they have a larger collegiate tournament going on with about $100,000 prize pool money.
Overwatch developers report over 15 million registered players, a fraction of the League of Legends' 100 million monthly players. Brendan DiBiasio of C-Star League says professional gamers are like any other athlete.
They train 10 hours a day. You know, they have their coaches, their analysts, they research other teams, they do specific practice sessions, they have their schedule for how they have to eat and sleep to create a healthy mental state.
The League World Tournament is now in the quarterfinals, and developers Riot Games are rewarding finalists with a $4 million prize pool. Farzane Majid runs the League Club at UCF and says he admires the dedication the pros have.
So me, myself, I'm not good enough to do that. The pro players are gods, basically, to everyone here.
These pros are getting attention from more than just fans. EDM artist Steve Aoki just bought a majority stake in an upcoming Overwatch team called Rogue. As for Dalton, going pro is still his dream.
If I ever had the opportunity, oh man, that'd be like the dream, right? That's, you got it made, you're playing video games for a living. I would love to do it, it'd be absolutely fantastic.
Dalton will continue to play collegiate tournaments while focusing on his education. Reporting in Orlando, Bryant Pereira, UCF Nightly News.
The League of Legends World's Finals takes place at the sold-out Staples Arena in Los Angeles on October 29th.
Coming up, Jenna Smith will have your 5-day forecast and what you can expect for the next few days.
Plus, the fight is on for the most wanted rubber duck in Orlando at this year's Spirit Splash.
One local zoo is looking to be more of a community resource by creating new educational programs. We met with a couple of students and took a trip to the zoo to find out how this project will benefit students. Millie is one of two pets Rebecca Curacat owns. Curacat's love for animals started at a young age, and she's turning that passion into a career.
Animals have just always been a natural part of my life, and it just was a decision that I made at a very early age. I knew when I was 5 years old that this is what I wanted to do, and I've been on that path ever since.
Like Curacat, Manuel Lozada is also a pre-veterinary medical student. They both want to work with larger animals and wish for more hands-on experience with wild creatures.
It allows for so many more opportunities for people to experience that field and give them another understanding of animals that they haven't had before.
And soon it will be possible at the Central Florida Zoo. The education director of the zoo, Stephanie Williams, and staff are working on creating an education campus that will host hands-on programs.
The space will allow for professors and classes and their students to come out here and use the facility as a learning site. Think of it as an outdoor lab.
Williams also says students will have more interactions with animals than in the classroom. For students like Curacat, they'll be able to take what they learn from textbooks and apply it in the wild.
As far as pre-veterinary students like myself, it's giving us the opportunity to not only add something to our resumes and to our experience background before going to vet school, but it's giving us that opportunity to make sure that this is what we want to do and that we're going to be good at it too.
Curacat and Lozada hope with these educational programs, people will also learn how to preserve the planet's wildlife. Williams says the estimate for the campus is $60 million, which they hope to raise through sponsors, donations, and state funding. Now let's go back outside with Jenna.
Well, it's still decently cloudy out here, but let's take a look at our national weather map. You can see the Pacific Northwest is not as lucky as us right now. They're expecting massive storms to roll in with high winds. Those winds are also expected to create a wave threat along the coast. As for the rest of us, we can expect scattered showers, but they don't seem anything to be too concerned about. Now let's take a look at our local rain chances and temperatures. Like I said before, the rain chances are very low across Florida. We're marking in at about 0% all the way across the board, except for Orlando, which is still very low chances, but those chances have proven themselves. It's been sprinkling on and off since we've been out here. As far as temperatures, they remain pretty much the same, but of course, the farther south we go, the warmer we will get. Right now, we're looking at about 78 in Tallahassee and 81 down in Miami. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we can expect highs of around 86 degrees, and as we head into Bright House Network Stadium tomorrow evening for our homecoming football game, we're expecting lows at about 70 degrees, so it's looking like a beautiful night. As we go into the rest of the week, temperatures will remain about the same, and as far as rain chances, they will still stay low, but peak around 30%. That's all the weather we have for now. Back to you, Mona and Nydia.
Thanks, Jenna. Homecoming week's biggest event, Spirit Splash, kicked off today. Students waited for the countdown and ran into the reflection pond with one goal in mind, getting their limited edition rubber ducks. Spirit Splash was filled with live music, cheerleaders, and crowded pond. This event is UCF's biggest tradition, getting everyone ready for tomorrow's UCF football game. Now here is Jenna Smith with our full weather forecast. How's it looking out there, Jenna?
Coming up next, find out how the UCF football team is getting ready for their homecoming game.
Plus, the UCF volleyball team is coming off a rough loss. We'll tell you how they plan to charge on with the rest of their season.
Knights, I'm Olivia Stasny here with your sports update. We checked in with the football team as they prepare for tomorrow's big game. With last week's game being postponed due to the threat of Hurricane Matthew, the Knights are going into their homecoming and conference game fully rested. Head football coach Scott Frost says they're going to give it their all for the highly anticipated football game.
Our defense has their work cut out for it, and I think our offense does too. We're looking forward to a whale of a game, and like I said, we're approaching this like we're playing the division champions Saturday.
The Knights will take on the Temple Owls at Bright House Network Stadium tomorrow at 7:30. The volleyball team is off to its best start of the season since 2003. Despite their loss on Sunday, the team isn't taking it as a setback. The UCF volleyball team is off to one of its best starts in over a decade. The head coach, Todd Dagenet, says trusting the process has helped the team immensely.
I think coming into this season, really the focus was on doing little things right all the way through. And if we focused on the process, the results would eventually become what we want them to become.
For UCF senior Taylor Wicke, this is her 4th year playing on the team. She says team building on the court is just as important as off the court.
This year, the chemistry is really awesome. We're pretty close. We got a lot closer.
Although they lost their last home game to Tulane, Dagenet says it was far from a setback.
We don't even call it a setback so much because we're playing 20 conference matches. No one's going to go undefeated.
He also says learning from an experience is all he can ask of his team.
Really, it's about getting through that, having that experience, learning from that experience, and then moving forward onto the next match.
And one player, Jordan Pingel, says it takes everyone doing their part and working together to get the win.
As a team, we've just become supportive of each other more, just knowing that every game is going to be a battle and we've got to support each other. This isn't a one-man team, it's everyone working together.
The team says they are confident about their next match.
I believe we're going to come back stronger than ever, and I'm excited to play UConn and Temple. There'll be 2 great matches.
The team hopes to continue on and do well in conference play. In Orlando, Olivia Stasny, UCF Nightly News. The team takes on the Huskies later today at the University of Connecticut. The UCF basketball team is into its 2nd week of practice, and coach says things already look good. With a new head coach and new players, the team is working on building chemistry and continuity. They want to focus on the pace at which they want to play and the level of intensity they plan to have. From there, they will begin building offensive and defensive schemes, working to get a little bit better every day. The men's head basketball coach, Johnny Dawkins, says getting to know the team has been a good experience.
It's been exciting. The guys are working really hard. We're trying to instill a culture that we think they'll enjoy and that not only them, but our community will take pride in as well.
They will continue to work on team building exercises off and on the court, optimistic that come game time, everything will take care of itself. That's all the time we have in sports. Back to you, Nydia Mona.
Thanks, Olivia. Now let's go back outside for our final look at weather. Jenna?
Well, it has cleared up significantly since we first started talking to you earlier in the show. The clouds have pretty much gone away and that wind is just feeling like a fall breeze. So it's looking like a beautiful afternoon to head out for their homecoming fireworks tonight. And tomorrow, things are looking good. Back to you guys.
That's our time for right now. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website, nightlynews.ucf.edu.
And if you've got a story idea want to share with us, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynewsucf@gmail.com. Thanks for watching and have a good day.
So what are you going to do this weekend?
Well, we have, is the Spirit Splash over?
No, we can go to the fireworks later on tonight. So
that's right. They have the fireworks later tonight.